Yo, what up? Today I'm going to be talking about Payday 3. I've been a longtime fan of the Payday series. I played 1 back on my PS3, and I played 2 back when it first launched on PC. In this video I'm going to be going through the pros and the cons of Payday 3, what I've seen from the community, and also how the devs have addressed some things. Overall, I think this game is really fun, and I think it's really good groundwork for the future. Stealth in this game feels amazing, especially the art gallery level. I think it's super rad. The way they've remade the stealth system in this game, I think is super great. For example, some things that they changed are you no longer need body bags, it shows you how many pages you have left when you answer a radio, and there's no concealment system anymore, so you don't need to take specific weapons to lower your detection risk. I think the specific missions from 2 in terms of stealth were a lot better, however most of those stealth missions in 2 were added post-launch, so I'm really optimistic about what they can do with stealth in the future of this one. I think the new hostage system is really great. The human shield mechanic is really cool. I'm a big fan of how you can trade out hostages for stuff like medpacks, and I also really like negotiation for being able to delay police assaults. I'm a pretty solid fan of the customization in this game. The only thing that I think could be improved or changed is the mask system. For example, in 2 you could unlock a lot of masks through the card system at the end or through challenges. In this game you just kind of buy masks once you get the specific level, which isn't a super bad thing, and you could argue that it's better because you don't really have to try to wait for a gamble until you finally get the mask that you want, which I understand. It makes sense. I am also a little cringe, and I do really like that they added gloves to this game, because I'm just a big fan of gloves overall in any game. I don't know why, I think they're pretty neat. They did also add jackets, which I think are really cool. My only gripe with jackets is the same tiny gripe with gloves, in that a lot of them are recolors. And I don't think recolors are inherently bad, I just wish there was a bit more variety. I'm a really big fan of the jewelry store heist in this game because it's really similar to the jewelry store heist in Payday 2, where it can be used as like a really quick grind mission where you want to upgrade some skills, you want to get in, get out. It's nice. There's no better place to start here than the meme of the server issues.
Mr. Dr. Pepper says, since the game is online only, what happens if the servers go down? Well, they won't, is my answer. Hopefully.
I won't go super crazy into it and complain too much because this is a pretty big issue, everyone knows about it, it's been complained about everywhere. But what I will say is, I do understand server issues on like the first day of launch, maybe even the second day, but I mean, we're on day 5 now, doesn't really feel great. It's been 5 days, people kind of just want to play the game. Like, I don't know, feels like you should maybe, add an offline mode at this point. And speaking of offline mode, they actually found it inside the files, and people already made a mod to add the offline mode. However, the downside is that you can't do any progression when you do this mod. And speaking of things that they found in the files, they also found the original crime.net launcher from Payday 2. Which, I'm not sure why they scrapped this. It would have been really cool to see like offline and crime.net actually in this game, because they're in the files. I don't know what happened and why they scrapped it, but it is what it is. Another real quick meme that I'm gonna go through with the servers is that anytime they post like anything on Twitter, they just go, heisters. Come on, heisters. And it's a big meme at this point, and all I see everywhere is this. I see it everywhere. My overall biggest issue with this game is the progression system, and it's something that nearly kills this game for me. The way they do the progression in this game is really similar to Halo Infinite, where you have to do specific challenges in order to actually get XP for your level. However, it's only for your levels. If you want to level up your guns and also your skills, you can just do that normally by playing the game. I just wish they had that for account level too, because account level is how you unlock things like new jackets, new guns, like new everything. It really doesn't feel great, because I did 2 heists in a row and got no XP for either of them, and it feels so bad. It gives me no incentive to want to get as many bags as I can in a level, because it's like, why get all the bags when you don't get an XP bonus or really get anything for it? You can just get the minimum amount of bags and then leave. And you could argue, oh, we'll just use guns you don't want to and go out of your comfort zone and play harder difficulties. But the thing is like, I don't want to. I don't want to have to do it. If I would choose and want to do that, then that's cool, because down the line, the more I play, I'll probably want to do those harder difficulties. But right now, when I'm like level 20, I don't want to do that. I just want to be able to chill, do some heists, I want to be able to learn the game and not have to stress out about these things. Like, if I want to run the cargo heist over and over again, I want to be able to run the cargo heist over and over again. And I especially feel bad for stealth players because, to my knowledge, there's like no stealth missions. Like, all the missions that I've seen have been complete after the assault has started. So people are completing missions on stealth and they don't get anything for it. And it's like, I don't know, because in Payday 2, there used to be like a stealth bonus. Like, you'd get an extra percentage XP for completing a heist on stealth. I do really miss challenges for masks and rewards from Payday 2. For example, in Payday 2, there was a heist called Shadow Raid where when you did it, if you got all the pieces of the samurai armor, you would unlock the samurai mask. And you can argue that, yeah, that was a heist that came out post-launch, however, I feel like the sequel should have some cool things like this on launch as well. I'm not a big fan of saying, oh, well, the previous game on launch didn't have this, because I feel like a sequel should probably have those improvements as well, and I feel like a sequel shouldn't be the exact same things from launch as the previous game. And there's a lot of things to like go really hard and nitpick, but I really don't want to do that with this game, because it'll paint the game in a much more negative light, but because I feel Payday 3 is a good game. I feel like it's not bad, it just has a lot of rough points. Because once you're actually in on Payday 3 and you're playing it, it feels good to play, like it doesn't feel bad. It is fun. As I was making this, the devs did do a Q&A stream, talking and addressing a lot of player feedback, and it really wasn't great. Ultimately, they ended up saying that they're just evaluating options, and they're not going to be changing the progression system. My overall closing thoughts for everything is, for the time being, I'm just going to be going back to Payday 2 and playing that, which, I don't like that's how it is, but that's how it is. And in my very first game of going back to Payday 2, I encountered people with the exact same opinion. They just don't really like how Payday 3 is right now, and they'll just be playing Payday 2 in the meantime. I really do enjoy Payday 3, and I really do have fun with it. It doesn't feel great to say, man, I hope it gets better in a year, man, I hope it gets better in a few months. It's just not fun to keep saying that with games when they release. That's all folks, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.